Good morning, everyone. My name is Shweta Ramdave from Team 6, and I would be discussing the research topic ICT Knowledge Transfer in Complex Organizations, investigating the antecedents of potential absorptive capacity. I would like to introduce everyone on what is ICT. Now, as the figure mentions, ICT stands for Information, Communication, and Technology. ICT is basically the use of computing and telecommunication technologies, systems, and tools to facilitate the way information is created, collected, processed, transmitted, and stored. The example which is being discussed in this research is on CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Management. Now, what is CRM? CRM is a technology for managing a company's relationships and interactions with all of its potential customers. The goal of CRM is to improve business relationships, and it also helps companies to stay connected to customers, streamline the process, and also improve profitability. We go to the next slide. Before going into the deep details for the research, I would like to touch upon a few important definitions. The first one being knowledge transfer, a process of exchange of explicit or tacit knowledge between two agents during which one agent purposefully receives and uses the knowledge provided by another. The second is absorptive capacity, referred as AC in rest of the slides, which is ability of a firm to recognize the value of new external information and then assimilate it and apply it to the commercial ends. Inter-unit communication. It is simply the communication which exists or occur between two or more units, as in within the organization. Then we have two important concepts as potential absorptive capacity PAC and realized absorptive capacity, which is RAC. PAC is simply acquiring and assimilating the external knowledge, while as RAC means transforming that important or external knowledge and exploit its capabilities. Now let's deep dive into the research objective. It majorly focuses on the process of transferring the CRM system within a multi-unit bank and identifying the factors which influence the knowledge transfer. The information from the headquarters was being given to the business unit for a bank in Greece. In the antecedents of PAC were investigated and the impact of effectiveness of ICT knowledge transfer was being checked. It was also focusing on understanding the factors which facilitate the knowledge transfer within multi-unit companies. The parameters which were studied were formalization, perceived procedural justice, and motivation. Now this was studied in context of the intra-branch diffusion of ICT technical knowledge. The study design was a mixed methodology into which both qualitative and quantitative data was collected in order to understand the effectiveness of ICT knowledge transfer. The qualitative data was being taken with 10 branch managers into which the interviews were interpreted, coded, and categorized according to the predetermined theory-based variables and processes. The main focus was to understand the nuisances of antecedents and their relationship with the PSA in the banking unit. While as the quantitative data was being designed as a questionnaire with 50 branch managers, and then the 5-point Likert type scale was used for most of the questions, which included the measures for measuring the dependent variables and the construct. Statistical tools were used like regression analysis and correlation matrix. Now there are certain theories and hypotheses which are being considered to be the antecedents of PSC, and these are being studied extensively in the quantitative and qualitative evaluations. Now, knowledge transfer. Now, knowledge transfer actually fosters inter-unit cooperation, innovation, and shared purpose. Absorptive capacity is influenced by the factors like organizational attributes and social relationships, which helps to mitigate stickiness and enhance the knowledge transfer. Now, the word stickiness over here means the difficulty in knowledge transfer. Next is absorptive capacity. Ability to master a new technology or innovation very positively and adjusting the firm's system of coordination and control to match the new technological opportunities. In this case, motivation plays a very important role. Next is organizational structure. Now, this basically depends on the degree of formal rules, procedure, and policies which can either facilitate or hinder the effectiveness of knowledge transfer. Now, potential absorptive capacity in this case leads more effective knowledge transfer. Informal networks and relationship. Closer informal relationship between headquarters and multi-unit company lead to greater potential absorptive capacity and mediate the relationship between informal relationship and knowledge transfer. Procedural justice. It is defined as the extent to which the dynamics of a strategy making process are judged to be fair by the top managers. It influences PAC, mediating the relationship between procedural justice and knowledge transfer. Motivation is an intrinsic activity if undertaken for immediate satisfaction of one's need. Motivation positively influences PAC as well. Now, there are different challenges which occur in ICT knowledge transfer, but a few are being listed over here. The first one is lack of training. Managers need to ensure that the employees are experienced, properly trained, and have the necessary skills to assimilate the knowledge and technical managerial competencies related to the ICT system. It is very important to have the feedback sessions and also refresher trainings in such cases. Next is procedural issues. Now, the study says that it is crucial to be fair when making decisions. This means that making sure the head office knows about what's happening in the local branches, talking to each other when deciding things, and always using same fair rules for everyone. The next is cultural constraints. Now, the study checks if the branches know enough about the technology being shared and if it is helpful for them and its customers as well. It also looks at whether there is enough help before and after the technology is transferred. To handle these issues, it's important to have good training, fair rules for decision, and enough support during and after technology transfer in big organizations and also within the units. Now we go to the key findings of the study. Formalization, procedural justice, and motivation are crucial factors for influencing the knowledge transfer process in multi unit companies. PAC plays a very critical role in effectiveness of ICT transfer. Along with that, the most important is motivation, and motivation is intrinsic to employees and it also improves knowledge transfer. Informal relationships, however, were not found to be significant antecedent for PAC. Lack of required skill and competencies and deprioritization may have a negative impact on KT process. Formalization through explicit rules and policies imposed by the headquarters contributes to higher PAC and successful knowledge transfer. In this case, managers should ensure that the recipients are open and receptive to the new tools of ICT. Next, we go to the conclusion of the study. This study provides insights for firms which are engaging in organizational learning through ICT knowledge transfer for long term. ICT is crucial for information sharing corporations and survival, especially in technologically dependent environment. Relevance to healthcare industry where centralized information is crucial for optimal patient care, ICT sees a huge opportunity. These findings can be applied to multinational banks and international sectors as well. There is a lot of emphasis which is given on managing people for fairness, satisfaction, and commitment, even in different operational contexts. Consideration of the legal and cultural constraints in a multi setting organization is also very important. The exploitation of ICT knowledge is crucial for enhancing the competitive positions in healthcare as well. Now, based on the research findings of this paper, I felt there are a few potential sectors which can use ICT tools for knowledge transfer. The first and foremost would be the healthcare industry, where pharmacies like Walmart Pharmacy or Safeway Pharmacy, or even hospitals, for example, Royal Indian Hospital, can use this ICT technologies in order to have the patient information in one bucket. Second would be the e-commerce platform. Now, e-commerce platform, the customer satisfaction data or the customer reviews matter to us a lot, and hence this also helps to understand the shopping behaviors of different customers. In terms of educational system, also schools can use the ICT tools in order to have the information on the students as well as their guardians or parents into one tool. Different food delivery system can also use the ICT tools in terms of having uh, probably the eating behaviors of customers and provide feedbacks with respect to improvement of the service. And nonetheless, IT sector definitely can use these ICT tools. Now, the example which I have taken for my presentation uh, is the e-commerce platform Shopify, where Tobias Lute is the founder and CEO. Now, these are the few team members. I would like them as a core team members. Jeff being the CFO, Kasra being the COO, and Harley being the president. Now, let's have an overview of Shopify as a company. It's a Canadian multinational company with a worldwide presence in around 170 plus countries. It was founded in 2006, and as on date, it has around 11,600 plus employees. The headquarters are located in Ottawa, Ontario. However, there are also other offices located in the five major countries: India, Ireland, Singapore, and Sweden. In terms of the business snapshot, uh, by quarter 3 2023, the total revenue is somewhere close to 4.9 billion US dollars. And however, as per the forecast, the full year view for 2023 will be reaching around 7 billion. Uh, in terms of share for the global e-commerce, it is close to 812 billion, and Shopify contributes to 10% of US e-commerce market share. And as on date, it has unique online shoppers which are close to 561 million. And if you see the trend, uh, by 2022 they have reached around 5.6 billion, and definitely the graph is going to go upwards by 2023. Similarly, we see a positive trend for GMV as well. Now let's go to the financial highlights for Shopify. Now, as the full year results for 2023 will be out by mid-February, I have considered selecting the data until September quarter. So the data which is being flashed on the screen is of September 30th, 2023 versus the September quarter of 2022. Now, if you see, the total revenue has been increased by around 25%, that is reaching from 1.3 to 1.7 billions as compared to the prior year. This translates into a year-over-year growth of around 30%. If we focus on the gross profit, this as well grew by 36%, which was 662 in 2022 versus 901 in 2023. Now, the gross margin for the quarter were also improved from 52.6 versus 48.5, which was there in the third quarter. In terms of net income, definitely there is movement on the positive side, because in 2022 we were at minus 1 point, Shopify was at minus 1.0.12, versus it's showing a positive side, which is around 0.56 as on date. Now, based on the findings, we would like to see different applications of ICT tools to Shopify. The first one is operational CRM implementation. The study focuses on the implementation of operational CRM systems within a multi-unit bank. Shopify could consider the application of CRM tools to enhance the customer relationship management and improve operational service quality. Shopify must organize a comprehensive training program, including hands-on workshop, continuous support and guidance, refresher trainings and feedback sessions. This approach will ensure that effective implementation and sustained success of ICT. Shopify Canada can also leverage this by implementing effective knowledge transfer processes when introducing new ICT tools or systems, ensuring that employees have the technical and the managerial competencies to absorb and utilize the technology. Application of inventory management software and other ICT tools can improve AC and innovation. As artificial intelligence is growing day by day, effective utilization of AI tools for customer support, personalization, and predictive analysis will facilitate improved engagement and understanding with the customers. Using the AI powered tools and solutions to streamline operation, reduce cost, and increase the revenue ultimately will enhance its capacity to recognize, assimilate, and apply new external knowledge for commercial purposes. Leveraging 5G technologies to improve the website performance will enable faster transaction and enhance the overall user experience. I would like to summarize that the research highlights the influence of factors like formalization, procedural justice, and motivation on the potential absorptive capacity. Shopify can leverage these insights to enhance its internal process for adapting and innovating in the dynamic e-commerce market, which will ensure a competitive edge and improved overall performance. These are few of the references and links which were used for the presentation. Thank you so much everyone for your time.